What is the full form of JGA? Option A, juxtaglomerular apparatus. Option B, juxtaglomerulus aperture. Option C, juxtagilial apparatus. Option D, juxtagilial aperture. Option A, the correct answer is option A, juxtaglomerular apparatus. Explanation: JGA stands for juxtaglomerular apparatus. The kidney have built-in mechanism for the regulation of glomerular filtration rate. One such efficient mechanism is carried out by the juxtaglomerular apparatus. Next question. JGA is formed by the cellular modifications of which of the following? Option A, PCT, option B, DCT, option C, convoluted tubule, option D, renal tubule. The correct answer is option B, DCT. Explanation: juxtaglomerular apparatus is a special sensitive region formed by the cellular modification in the distal convoluted tubules and the afferent arterioles at the location of their contact. Next question. A fall in the GFR activates which of the following cells? Option A, PCT cells, option B, podocytes, option C, DCT epithelium, option D, JG cells. The correct answer is option D, JG cells. Explanation: a fall in the GFR can activate the GG cells to release renin, which can stimulate the glomerulus blood flow and thereby GFR back to normal. Next question. What is the GFR of healthy individual? Option A, 150 liters per day. Option B, 180 liters per day. Option C, 200 liters per day. Option D, 80 liters per day. The correct answer is option B, 180 liters per day. Explanation: GFR in the healthy individual is approximately about 125 ml per minute. Example: 180 liters per day. Although the amount of urine secreted by the healthy individual differs significantly and is only about 1.5 liter per day. Next question. Nearly 75% of the filtrate is reabsorbed by the renal tubules. Option A, true. Option B, false. The correct answer is option B, false. Explanation: nearly 99% of the filtrate that passes through our renal tubules every minute is being reabsorbed by our blood capillaries and the renal tubules themselves. Approximately 180 liters of the filtrate is formed per day, but only 1.5 liter of urine is released. Therefore, a huge amount of filtrate is being reabsorbed every minute. Next question. What is reabsorption? Option A, absorption of filtrate by the renal tubules. Option B, secretion of nutrients by the filtrate. Option C, absorption of retinate by the renal tubules. Option D, absorption of proteins and carbohydrates only. The correct answer is option A, absorption of the filtrate by the renal tubules. Explanation: the absorption of the filtrate by the renal tubules is termed as reabsorption. The tubular epithelial cells in different segments of the nephron performed this either by active or passive mechanisms. Next question. Which of the following substances are not reabsorbed actively by the nephrons? Option A, glucose. Option B, amino acids. Option C, sodium ions. Option D, nitrogen wastes. The correct answer is option D, nitrogen wastes. Explanation: substances like glucose, amino acids, sodium ions, etc. in the filtrate are reabsorbed actively, whereas the nitrogenous waste are absorbed by passive transport. Next question. How is water reabsorbed in the initial segment of the nephrons? Option A, by the active transport. Option B, by the passive transport. Option C, water is not reabsorbed. Option D, sometimes by active transport and sometimes by passive transport. The correct answer is option B, by the passive transport. Explanation: reabsorption of water occurs passively in the initial segment of the nephron. During urine formation, the tubular cells secrete some substance into the filtrate to enhance the reabsorption process. Next question. Which of the following substances are not secreted by the tubular cells? Option A, hydrogen ions, option B potassium ions, option C ammonia, option D glucose. The correct answer is option D glucose. Explanation: during urine formation, the tubular cells secrete substance like hydrogen, potassium and ammonia into the filtrate in the proximal converter tubule and the distal converter tubule. Next question: what is the significance of the tubular secretion? Option A, to maintain the hypotonic condition with the plasma. Option B, to maintain the hypertonic condition with the plasma. Option C, to maintain the ionic balance. Option D, to maintain the air pressure. The correct answer is option C, to maintain the ionic balance. Explanation: tubular secretion is an important step of urine formation in our kidneys. Tubular secretion helps in the maintenance of the ionic balance of various electrolytes and ions that are present in our body fluids. Next question: by which protein is blood colloidal osmotic pressure maintained? Option A, albumin. Option B, globulin. Option C, hemoglobin. Option D, myoglobin. The correct answer is option A, albumin. Explanation: the blood colloidal osmotic pressure, or the BCOP of the glomerulus, is maintained by the protein albumin. It resists the filtration of fluid from the capillaries. Next question: net filtration pressure is equal to the glomerular hydrostatic pressure. Option A, true. Option B, false. The correct answer is option B, false. The explanation: net filtration pressure of the glomerulus is equal to glomerular hydrostatic pressure minus blood colloidal pressure plus capsular hydrostatic pressure. It comes out equal to 10 to 15 mg per ml, 10 to 15 mmHg. Next question: what does CHP stands for? Option A, capsular hydrostatic pressure. Option B, capsid hydrated protein. Option C, capsomer hydrated protein. Option D, capsule hydrolyzed protein. The correct answer is option A, capsular hydrostatic pressure. Explanation: CHP stands for capsular hydrostatic pressure. It is the pressure caused by the filtrate or the fluid that reaches into Bowman capsule, which resists filtration. Next question: what is the condition of no urine formation called? Option A, oligouria. Option B, polyuria. Option C, diuresis. Option D, anuria. The correct answer is option D, anuria. Explanation: the condition of no urine formation is known as anuria. The condition of less urine formation is known as oligouria, while extensive urine formation is known as polyuria. Next question: what does CHP consist of? Option A, intestinal and artery pressure. Option B, renal vein and artery pressure. Option C, juxtamedullary pressure and the arteriole pressure. Option D, intestinal pressure and renal pressure. The correct answer is option D, intestinal pressure and renal pressure. Explanation: CHP or capsular hydrostatic pressure consists of intestinal pressure and the renal pressure. Both the pressures act opposite to the glomerular hydrostatic pressure.